All right, I'm here with Derek from the Department of Fish and Game, and what are some of the basic responsibilities of the Department of Fish and Game?
The Department of Fish and Game is within the Resources Agency of California. They maintain native fish, wildlife, plant species, and natural communities. This includes protecting and maintaining habitat in a sufficient amount and quality to ensure the survival of all species and natural communities. The department is also responsible for the diversified use of fish and wildlife, including recreational, commercial, scientific, and educational uses. So you know the DFG encompasses 7 regions, which include all inland areas and state coastal waters from Oregon to Mexico. And many people believe DFG's main responsibility is fish and wildlife enforcement, because that's usually who they see out in the field. Although enforcement is a major responsibility of the department, DFG is also involved with research, management, oil spill prevention, and education.
Cool. And what kind of volunteer opportunities are there, and what kind of work do they entail?
Volunteer opportunities vary greatly depending on the project. Some of the larger programs are listed on the DFG website under the Education tab, which I'll give you later, and the volunteer link. You'll find more information on volunteer opportunities for each specific program there. The programs currently listed include the Senior Volunteer Program, Gray Lodge, and Yola Bypass Wildlife areas, which are actually both located up near Sacramento. The Moss Landing area in Central California, there's the Elkhorn Slough National Estuarine Reserve that takes volunteers near Moss Landing. And one of the more interesting ones to me is the California Golden Trout Restoration Project in the Sierra Nevada Mountains. It's tough to generalize what a volunteer may do on these projects, but some examples include conducting nature walks, restoring wildlife areas, building bird nest boxes, working with children and fishing in the city program, interacting with the public at fish and wildlife festivals and fairs, assisting with nature programs for schools, and assisting in biological and fishing surveys, which I'm involved with. There are even a few volunteer scuba divers that help out with underwater fish and shellfish counting surveys. And as I mentioned, the Golden Trout Project, one of the more adventurous volunteer opportunities is with them. If you like backpacking, working with trout in streams or lakes, this is kind of the project for you. But and then with fairs, there's many educational fairs and events that are partially staffed with volunteers. It's a fun and rewarding way to share your knowledge as well as learn something new.
Cool. And are there any specific requirements for your volunteer opportunities?
Each volunteer program will have specific requirements, especially the more physically demanding projects like the Wild Trout program where backpacking is involved. The best way to find out for everyone is to, for a certain project is right for you, is to contact the project leaders, which are listed on the webpage for each specific project. But no matter what your age, capabilities, or level of expertise, there are many opportunities to volunteer time. Each volunteer will have to fill out a volunteer agreement and release forms if they do get assigned to a project.
All right. And how can somebody get in contact with the Department of Fish and Game?
I actually checked up on this. Although DFG does not currently have a volunteer pool, which would be easy and which we may do in the future here, but the volunteer pool would allow for project leads to contact people for their specific projects. But right now we don't have that, so best check the website at www.dfg.ca.gov for updated volunteer opportunities. In addition, I think the best way for your local area would be just to call your local DFG office and speak with them about local volunteer opportunities. For instance, in the Santa Barbara office where I work, we do have local Pismo clam surveys, and up north in Fort Bragg, there's some abalone creel census surveys that take volunteers. So if it's not listed on the DFG webpage, it's probably best to call your local office where you actually want to volunteer your time. You might have a better chance of getting into something. But if you do get on the webpage, it's under the home tab and under the regions link.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Derek.